And Dr. Carmona, I want to get your take on the federal response as well. One of the most striking features of that response, the absence of a Surgeon General, the role you once occupied. I want to get your take on that. Is Washington at fault, and how much has it hurt this Ebola response not to have someone in that role?
Well, my opinion is that a strong Surgeon General, somebody who has been vetted, who has earned the right to be Surgeon General, who has earned the right to be an admiral, who's come up through the ranks, who has the credibility and the authority and authenticity to speak to the American people, is just what you need now. People are talking about an Ebola czar. Well, an Ebola czar is not needed. You need a doctor of the nation to coordinate all of this information and educate the American public. So if we start along this path of considering czars, we're going to have other pathogens in the future. Are we going to name a czar for every pathogen we have? That doesn't make sense when we have a doctor of the nation. And if we have the appropriate Surgeon General there who's been vetted appropriately, that has the experience and has earned the merit and the right to be Surgeon General, that's what I think would serve this best. To have that doctor speaking to the American public.
Stop talking about new roles, start filling the existing roles. But do you think that, for instance, Senate Democrats should force that through? Because for people just following along at home, that's probably what would be necessary. This has hit complete gridlock on the Hill.
Well, there's gridlock on the Hill for everything, but I think this is something that both sides of the aisle need to come together on. I mean, there's a lot of issues. There's a number of senators who had questions on both sides of the aisle about this current nominee, being that he's very early in his career. He's got no senior leadership experience. He has no public health training or experience. And so they kind of backed off and said, gee, I'm not sure this is the right person for our nation at this time. You know, and he is a very active person socially. He's a very good doctor. I've communicated with him and expressed my concerns that it wasn't personal, but that, you know, other than he was one of the co-founders of Doctor for Obama, there's nothing on his resume that would indicate that he would be even worthy of consideration for Surgeon General of the United States, especially in these tough times with complicated issues that he's never dealt with.
So maybe some real substantive objections, not just partisanship. Dr. Richard Carmona, really appreciate your loud, clear voice on that. We need to have that role filled clearly.